9:30 p.m. Do not adjust your dial. I am live and in living color, and I'm trying to make this transition to the nighttime. We're gonna see, y'all. We're gonna have to see. But tonight we're gonna be talking about the power of vision. And I want to give you, if you stay tuned, a sneak peek into my new vision board journal, which I happen to love a lot. And one of the reasons that I created it is because I feel like I need my own accountability in staying in touch with the vision. And life is life, things are going to happen. And unfortunately, sometimes when those things happen, it has a tendency to get you offline with your vision. And you have to struggle to get back to it. Whereas if it's right in front of you, you go to it, you touch it every month. You don't forget why you do what you do. Because sometimes I'm not gonna lie to kick it. Even the people that you love so much that you work to serve can run you hot. And you got to get back in touch with, oh, okay, this is why I love women so much. Women, they really are cool people because what you fail to realize is sometimes, and my granny used to always tell us, you cannot save a drowning man. A drowning man will kill you. A drowning man will drown you while you trying to save them. And sometimes the very people that you work to save will be fighting so hard to drown that they start to pull you down. So we're gonna be talking about tonight the power of vision, why it's so important to keep your vision in front of you. If you haven't already shared the broadcast, make sure you share the broadcast and invite other people to join. But vision can take you a long way, and a limited vision has a deadly impact on your bank account, on your legacy, and on your generational wealth. Who wants to speak on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think with the vision, right? I think a vision will get you to where you want to go faster, right? It's like when you are getting in your car and you're planning to take a trip from wherever you are to another part of the country. You're not going to put in your GPS like, just take me, let me know how to get from here to another subdivision. You're going to want the longer range view of where you're going. Also, two part of the vision is that you want to connect with somebody who successfully mastered parts of your vision. Like when you sit down and put the vision, you want to make sure that you're connecting. There are going to be places that you see and you really don't know how to get there, and you need a hand up to be able to get there. I think for me, I had a really good shaking up when joining this community because I realized that my vision was limited, and there was so much more of me that I could actually put out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are taught to think so limited because we're just taught that way. And until you actually get into a community or get to somebody who can pull that out of you, you're kind of just stuck. It's about taking the action, and kind of a pride thing too. I know me personally, I'm not very prideful, but there are certain things and I have limits that I'm willing to share. Like, I'll get kind of confined in my own head. I won't talk it through. Don't do that. If maybe you don't know where to even start with a vision, we have a profits call, bit.ly/, Black Girls Profit Call, where you can schedule a call and talk to someone about starting a vision for yourself.
And let me tell you something else too. The funny thing about vision is you don't know how far it's possible for you to go because you've never been there. And you're making plans based on your limited vision. So, and the world teaches us, unfortunately, the world teaches us to have limited vision because that's why everybody is so hell bent on working a job. That's why everybody is so hell bent. Me and Troy one day we were going to the beach about 5 p.m. on a Sunday. And I could tell y'all at 5 p.m. on a Sunday, ain't nobody going to the beach. Everybody was doing what?
Getting
Leaving,
ready for work,
coming back.
probably.
Why? Because they got to go to work in the morning. They got to do. And I thought to myself, how sad. And now don't get me wrong. I'm not condemning, because that used to be me. But how sad that we have a nation of individuals conditioned to be broke. We have a nation of individuals conditioned to sit in traffic. We have a nation of individuals conditioned to go to the grocery store at the same time, conditioned to go to the dry cleaners at the same time. If you ever sit still and watch, and that's why I think COVID was so instrumental for a lot of us, if we take this time to pay attention. Them people could have been sent you home. They want you in that office so they can sit up and watch you. If you could send millions of people to work from home at the drop of a dime, if you could send millions of online schools from brick and mortar, think about, because y'all know there's a lawsuit going on in San Diego right now saying, okay, yeah, we going to online school and all that, but we want some of our tuitions back. You can't charge the same for an online school where I'm not in your dorm room, I'm not eating in your cafeteria, I'm not in class with the professor, I'm in my room I grew up with as a child. He's still eating in the kitchen downstairs. I'm not getting the college experience, and I want some of my money back.
And they should get it.
And it's gonna happen. So a lot of things that go on don't go on because it's our best bet. They go on because, and if you guys haven't shared the broadcast, and even you guys here with me, start sharing in some groups and on your page. But a lot of things that go on because over the years they have spent so much money or they've made so much money with this industry, like college. They got everybody thinking that college is where it's at for you to be able to generate the next level of revenue. And that's not true. But if they start to tell the truth about it, guess what happens? They're not gonna make no money. The oil industry, you don't think they could have been come up with an electric car? You don't think they could have been come up with a car that runs on wind, runs on water, runs on solar energy? But what happens to the gas industry? One of the most powerful. Come on now, y'all. It's just about a whole world that has to wake up. Because, see, when people start working from home, ain't as much gas. You don't need as much gas. When people start working from home, you don't need these old high toll roads, right? You don't need a car as often. When people start working from home, you ain't eating out as much. Come on now, what else is affected? Oh, the insurance companies.
Insurance.
You remember they had to go in and give us a
They did a
insurance rebate
discount.
Yeah.
because you ain't driving as much. It ain't as many accidents. So think about how much of your life is controlled by the fact that they just want you to spend your money.
Another thing too, you don't have to go out and buy all those clothes to go to work in.
Or the dry cleaning.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All
You
that.
know, when I think about vision and I hear people that I've been around, it's always that people forget like what time we're in. We are in the age of the internet. Knowledge is seriously right there at the tip of your fingers. I hear people wanting to start like different like companies, boutiques, stuff, and I'm like, just it's simple as just going online, finding your own vendor.
You know what? You say that, yeah, but let me tell you a problem with that. We live in the age of too much information.
It is.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah,
It
So
is.
you're
you
right.
say it's as
They
simple as me
can't
going
filter.
online finding my own vendors,
Mm-hmm.
but this is why I teach the women who have been in the boutique business for a while to offer classes to teach you how to find your vendors because all vendors ain't created equal.
It took me
I
over a
don't know if y'all
year.
remember they used to have 579 clothing stores.
They
Yeah.
did.
Do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was either $5, $7, or $9.
I know. Mm-hmm.
I guess you would compare that to a Dots or a
Yeah.
Oh,
rainbow.
I missed the dog.
Yeah,
I used to love dots too.
me too.
Now let's be earnest. You can't wear them clothes, but a time
Mm.
or a top. Notice I didn't say two, because it's gonna tear up the second time you wearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how some of them vendor clothes are. If they clip earrings, the back come off. If they jewelry, it's so all vendors are not created equal, especially when you're talking about outsourcing. So the majority of the vendors are overseas. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't know the quality of that product
Get
until you've ordered it, paid for it, and waited 8 weeks for it to get here.
it.
True, because it ain't that vendor's that's a
The
ruthless
same as
squirrel.
with hair, clothes,
Mhm.
Yeah.
jewelry. So you start a boutique, you done spent $10,000 to $20,000 on merchandise, and because you didn't have wise counsel, that merchandise ain't worth the container it was shipped in. You'd be better off trying to sell a shipping container.
They think Uncle
Yeah.
Google is the wise counsel. Let me go
Yeah,
out
they
and
do.
ask my Uncle Google.
Mhm.
And that's why so many of them are stymied. Guys, it is a shame how little women in business make. It's a shame. I'm talking about way less than $50,000 a year. You might as well go to a job if you're gonna make that.
Mhm.
But it's because of not just the lack of strategy, but it's the mindset too. It's the vision. And then
Well,
having the ability to put that vision together. It makes a difference.
Having
and
someone to help you put the vision together. I know for me, by the time I came to that and I already found everything, it was like my vision, it wasn't as clear anymore. And finding coach, having someone like coach was able to wipe my mirror off for me. and then I was able to see clear. And then once I was able to see clear, then we were able to build more onto that vision and actually make branches. That way I can connect my dots. So for me, vision is very important. I'm even, it's a herd life out there. We do things because everyone else is doing them. They're the things that, we're told are the right things. My family still pushes college and more education the better. My family is definitely all about that. And I shifted after I spent $70,000 on student loans and I realized I was not going to go in that field. I realized that even with that, being a mother of two boys, to even get to the desired pay, I would be going back and forth through daycare and me being the sole provider, not being the sole provider, but the parent that's in charge of the kids. I would have to leave my job to take care of the kids before he would. So in the real world, the only way I could make money was to create a way.
But here's the thing, and I do believe that the internet is what you need for your initial revenue. As a matter of fact, we live in a gig economy, so there's so many ways for you to generate revenue if you want to. So many online jobs, customer service. I see a couple of things. Number one, I see us go give so much to our primary job that when we leave that job, we don't have nothing left. That's a
true.
sin and a shame. Because how much longer are you going to do that same thing and expect different results? And if you don't do something radically different, you will continue um, to be in that job and in that position until the end of time.
That just means you have lack of vision because your vision stops at 5 o'clock. Because
I
your
don't
vision,
think let me tell you what I think it is. And I feel that it's unfortunate, because it's especially the women in my age and older, because the younger ones don't have that same level of fear. And it is fear. Dr. Cynthia put something on my wall this morning. My question was, what makes you procrastinate? And being my client, when you say lack of strategy, I'm gonna say, really? Because what strategy you ain't got that keeps you procrastinating? So what strategy do you not have? That's not the answer.
Oh, yeah,
Even people with $1 million worth of strategy, if you don't have the courage to do, you're
That's
gonna
good.
That's what I
procrastinate.
have.
That's
yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah, we get the strategy over here. We get the strategy over here.
Plus,
Yeah, plus, I think I was thinking about it from the perspective of before you find your footing, before you find when you're still out there asking the Uncle
I
Google.
don't think that's it either, because once I was determined to go,
Yeah.
I found a way. See, we
Mm.
gotta go back to when we don't have. You know, when my grandmama didn't have enough to feed everybody, she found a way. She didn't procrastinate on that. When we don't have enough for our children, we find a way. So we find a way when it's important. Why can't we find a way when it's us? And that's where the procrastination comes in, is because a couple things. Number one, we think we got all day
yeah,
Mhm.
and we don't.
I'll get to it in a minute. Yeah.
And the wheel is steady turning and these months are falling away. Can y'all believe it's even October?
I cannot.
Almost the
I
end
cannot.
of October, really.
Yeah.
About less than a week and a half, I think. Left.
11 more weeks left in the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, and I mean, like for me, a person that's used to working, 60 plus hours in 1 week, at a job and running multiple things. Like now I'm in a state that you're like, you know what? If I did that for them, I I ain't got nothing but to do but to do it for me. Like I don't, I'm just it's gonna be some days I'm gonna be tired, but I'm gonna be pushing. I did that for them, sick, broken down, back broke, family falling
Janisha,
apart.
but we won't. We won't.
I
I
have
see it
to.
every day. We got a million excuses from our children to our family. But when it comes to their job,
So Ninja, I'm with you. Coach saying all that. We over here like, nope, not us.
I won't do it.
So you give
Won't
us
do
a
it.
pass.
And
Yes,
yeah,
and you
that's
say,
what I said. Like I've been doing that and it's only got me this far, right? Like I'm already to a point to where like I know for a fact that I'm at a ceiling. I won't go anywhere else at my current employer. I just won't. My awareness, my leadership is actually a threat to them. They don't really want to hear my voice. And I've already realized that. I realized that I've reached that plateau. And even if I had, I was so uncomfortable, it was time to go anyway. Right. So I said, okay, well, I can do this. And, like now I'm on autopilot, right? Most of the time during the day, like, I'm looking at stuff related to the community over here. Like my job on autopilot, I get up on Facebook throughout the day, support my sisters. My work is still getting done. And not only getting done, I'm still running circles around them. So at this point, it's like, okay, get up and run. It's time, baby. You got what you need. It's your go time. Now is the time.
when I knew I needed some helping hands, I was in them Facebook groups because Facebook is good for having all the
Them
business.
groups.
And I
and they
started
good for
realizing
giving out
that
$1 million worth of information.
I realized that they wasn't asking the right questions. I was like, I don't think they can help me no more. When I realized that the questions that I was having was far light years ahead of how they were asking questions, I said, ooh, I got a decision to make.
Yeah.
And
And it's funny that Coach like touched on a boutique, because just literally maybe a couple of days ago in one of the groups, a young lady got in there and posted that she had bought, I think, $7,000 worth of merchandise, and like nobody had bought it. Like she had even posted a video like when she was tearing up, and I think people started buying out of sympathy, like, you know, I'll support you. And she's like, I've done everything. She's like, I've been going live. I redid my website, and she listed all the stuff that she did. And you know, people were just giving her some random advice in there. And I'm like, look, I only got a toe in the door now, and I know that's not and I know that's not right. And I felt bad because she was in that space and she had spent so much money, but she said that nobody was buying it. You know, she had all this inventory since April. And you know, here we're in October, and she said she only had 4 sales.
She needs a coach.
And she showed
Okay, so
something else missing too, though. She said she was going live and stuff. Something else going on.
That's a perfect example of how we run out there with money in our hands. And instead of saying, I'm gonna hire a coach with half and buy inventory with half and do it just like the dope boys do, I'm gonna set this half and go re-up. You're gonna run out here and get a website and buy all that merchandise, spend all that money for a roof over your head, and you don't know what you're doing. What
we get advice
does that make?
We get advice from other people that say that they be doing it. I was watching this one girl's live, and it was just something so simple. She was talking about how she just the rich people, they act a certain way compared to poor people. And she's like, I know this because I be around millionaires. And I started to scratch my head, and I was like, not with that mindset. Not with that mindset. And you got people that was on her live listening. Amen.
I got a hard question. What does she have for sale?
Nothing. Nothing but her 2 cents.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I see them. I flip through the videos. I see them waiting to go live. Hi, good afternoon. I'm gonna give it just a minute for people to get in here.
Oh yeah.
And what about your replay viewers? What about them? You're gonna lose the 100% of replay viewers for 2 or 3 little live people. Girl, keep going. I see them doing our girl drinking water. We gonna wait for a few people to get in here. I'm like, girl, what? Combing their hair, picking their teeth. Girl, you is on camera, girl. You are live. You better go on and get to going.
I think I had an aha and epiphany moment when I realized that your vision ain't for everybody. Everybody don't get it. Everybody can't appreciate it. You know how people like to gossip. And so at one point in time, somebody came back to me and said, well, you know, she said, the other girl said, you know, you just full of pipe dreams, you know, all the stuff you talking about and going for and saying you just full of pipe dreams. So that made me say, first of all, that you remember they used to do this, Coach?
No, yeah, throw away the key.
Yeah.
Put a lock on and throw away the key. Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of in it.
They couldn't comprehend anyway, so they don't understand the conversation. They don't understand what it's all about. The mindset is just totally different. So why am I wasting my time talking to you? Because you just don't get it. And that's sometimes in a job working kind of situation, as well as personally with people in your personal life.
Yeah.
They don't get it. So then
I've only been live a couple of times, Dr. Cynthia, like a few times. People out, what you over there doing? What you over there going? Now, wait a minute. And they be even asking my grandma, they was on there live again today. I said, well, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready.
Right.
But you're gonna see me a lot more. Like even now, you know, I already asking, you know, like what y'all on there talking about? What's that all about? And they gonna continuously ask. They will light my grandma phone up versus just calling me, or they'll kind of try to walk around lightly and try to figure out what's going on. But I told them, yeah, like I am choosing now, to work on something else. And this is for me. You can, I would love to have you to cheer me on and to support me, but if you don't, hey, that's okay too, because I'm
guess
going
what
anyway.
You gonna learn, Shanidra. You gonna learn that's too much conversation for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody not there yet.
okay.
Everybody hadn't got that far yet. They still living back there.
Yeah, I got
Everybody
people
hadn't
now.
got there.
When my phone rings and I just hit that automated button, I'm in class. I'm in class. You always, how many hours you be in class with your coach? Y'all always in meeting and always in class. And it's, go find yourself some business. Don't worry about what's going on over here. Then here's the thing. If you keep getting the message and you keep calling me on these days at these times and you going straight to voicemail and getting the message, why do you keep doing it? What do you think is going to change? You think so? So I'm just going to, but I literally did have someone text me and I said, I'm in class. And they said, it is a major emergency. And so I'm thinking, well, somebody done died and we had this conversation.
Was it really an emergency?
What can I do about that? I'm not a mortician.
Was it really an emergency though?
Girl, no. Yeah.
Oh,
I said, what? I was so mad.
Dr. Cynthia, I was hoping that you said it was.
No, ma'am. They said something crazy like, I went to the doctor today and my sugar is up. I'm trying to get my A1C down. Can you tell me what's something good I can eat for dinner tonight? I said,
Oh man, I was hoping that it
I
was
would have told
though.
him a Snickers bar. Go eat you a Snickers bar on the joy.
y'all know class was on off the chain last night. And
Yeah.
this was last night. I said, baby, I don't have time for that. Your A1C ain't gonna come down overnight.
Oh,
Couldn't imagine.
I would have told him
my
make her a
God.
Snickers sandwich.
If you get in the right
Bread,
community,
a
you might
orange,
know a
and
coach
two
that can
Snickers. I'm
help
gonna give her carbohydrate sugar. I'm gonna give her natural sugar for the orange, and I'm gonna give her processed sugar for the Snicker bar.
But coach has a
She gonna be back in the hospital.
Coach has a client from this community that deals with that. I said, go get you some coaching. Because coach has a client from this community that deals with that subject matter.
Baby, let me tell y'all something. It's gonna come a day where you just stop talking to them. Because
Yeah, that's
there's
where I'm
nothing
at.
you can say. There's no justification. I'm telling you, some days I have to be reminded as to why I do what I do, because they so lost, they want to blame everything on you.
Mhm.
Everything is your problem. Oh, I can't afford this, that's your problem. Or I'm not ready to do that, or you think you better, or this and that. And it's none of that. It's none of that. But at the end of the day, I have to say me, because I know ain't nobody else.
Yeah. Well, that's part of
So
that
I wanted
that
to.
vision they don't have. They don't
I was
have a
gonna-
vision to go further. They just have a vision to be just right where they are. And they're mad at you because you're doing something they're not doing. But everybody's individual and everybody's vision is different. So, and mine is to go further. If you don't want to go further, then see you, catch you on the fly.
And rightly so, because there was a time when I didn't know better. And I had to learn better. But that time is over. And once you start wanting something different, you start to act differently. And you can't explain it.
It
You
just
can't
happened so
explain
now.
it. People have to figure out on their own when you really get tired of struggling, when you really get tired of having no end in sight, when you really get tired of having less than, and you start to really realize, I can't fail, because what more do I have to lose? I don't have nothing else to lose. When you get to that point, that then and only then are you ready for some help. Because at any other time, it's just gonna all still be an excuse. You're too busy with this, you're too busy with that, you're too busy with that. When it's time, you'll find the time and the money. And I tell people the money doesn't let you skip over the time. You still got to spend time in your business.
It's true.
I've been up at since old dog. That's why I'm finna get out of here right now. Cause I've been up since old dog 30 at this computer, thumping away, trying to get ready for 30 days, and then 30 days after that, and then 30 days after that.
Mhm.
So it's nonstop over here, but it was nonstop when I worked a job.
But you working for somebody else and not for you.
Absolutely.
And,
So
and
you
that,
have to make it's hard, you know, because we have Stockholm syndrome to a certain extent with our jobs. That's when you fall in love with your captor.
mhm.
And that's the brain's way of still functioning, even though you hate what you do. You convict yourself that, oh, I love my job. I remember telling people I love my job. Sitting in traffic an hour and a half each way. Even if I liked the job, I shouldn't have liked the traffic.
Yeah.
Going in when it was dark, getting off while it was dark.
I'm even on video saying I love my job on the internet.
Exactly. Just a champion for the corporation. And not realizing that at the end of the day, until I could say to myself, I can do more and I deserve more, I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't go anywhere and I couldn't do anything. So I'm gonna get out of here where I could try to get up in the morning uh and get this book off the ground. Y'all gonna be up in the morning? I'm getting up early. Old dog 30.
I'm always up early. I'm usually up by 5, sometimes 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'm
Since
usually up.
5 this morning.
I'm gonna hit y'all up in the morning. All right, love you
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
All
Y'all
right,
see
love you
you
too.
tomorrow. Bye.